Can you still buy old MDC Roundhouse old timer 36-foot freight cars new? Well, the answer is sorta. We're going to dig deep into River City Railroad and their claim that they sell new Roundhouse MDC cars. So let's get at it. We're going to open up this box and you're going to see for yourself exactly the way they shipped it to me. I have not seen inside this box since I purchased this. I also want to start the video out by stating that River City Railroad did not supply me with anything. This is strictly a purchase and an honest review, and you're going to see it live. I didn't acquire anything from them other than what I was willing to purchase. And so that being said, we'll open up the box. We're also going to take a look at these and kind of compare everything to what River City Railroad has shipped us. Now, if you don't know anything about MDC cars, they've been around since before I was born. They actually started out in the late 30s making brass and white metal locomotives and other cars and whatnot, but all of that got suspended after or at the start of World War II. And so after World War II, they came back and started producing their product line, and of course they grew their product line, started building shake-in-a-box kits and whatnot, and they've been around for decades. This was actually one of the first kits that I had purchased as a teenager, and back in the early 70s, and they were $3 or $2.50 back then new, and I would save my allowance money and I would build my rolling stock. And I always had a fondness for the old time era. I never really had a chance to model it the way we're doing it now, but I had a fondness for this. And so when I decided that we were going to build this railroad that we're building now, I was shocked to find out that these cars are actually quite scarce, and they're becoming more and more scarce. Now, if you live in a major city like Chicago or Denver or New York or, you know, a big metropolis, you can still find these things at train shows. But where I live, that's not really super easy to do. So I decided that, I looked online and I came across River City Railroad. And so that's how this all came about. So let's open up the box, find out exactly what's inside, and we're going to compare it to what we've got in front of us. For obvious reasons, I removed the shipping tape, but other than that, and we're going to just go ahead, open this box up. And again, as I mentioned, I really tried pinning them down. I asked them, are these new? They said yes. I said, do they come with boxes? They said no. And I said, how do I know they're new? And they said that they're new, but I really couldn't get any other information from them. I had actually went as far as asking them, did you purchase the product line? And they said crickets. I never got a reply back. So we're looking inside the box. As you see it, looks like we have what appears to be I guess that's their packing material. Drover. Well, I wanted a Drover caboose and an undecorated one. We'll be opening this up. There's my packing slip. We'll set that aside. And you can look inside the box, and there you go. There looks like the bottoms of the freight cars with everything appears to be inside them. Notice the string is actually tied around them. I'm guessing that that is the string that we're supposed to be using. We'll be opening up one of those packages as well. Get these out of the way. Oh, these are definitely old school for sure. Check this out. I even got to do the car sides. Better make sure when we get ready to assemble that they are square. Moving on. That's one of our drover style cabooses. Another one. We'll be opening that up. That's a Northern Pacific boxcar. Union Pacific boxcar. For you folks that may not know this, the Denver and Rio Grande, before it was the Denver and Rio Grande Western. So that looks fairly accurate. Gives you a little better look there. And there's our last one. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now these cars that I just showed you, they are on eBay, and they can be actually quite pricey on eBay. I'm not sure about train shows. Like I said, we don't have that many train shows where I live in my neck of the woods, but this is what we ordered, and we're going to tear into these individual packages over here and see what else we've got. So I went ahead and opened up the bag that was marked Drover. Since I have two Drover style cabooses, looking at the components, and I wish I had an actual MDC Drover style caboose kit that we could compare to. I don't, but it does look like comes with the trucks. I don't want to open up these little packages because I don't want to lose stuff. But there's the trucks, the wheel weights, horn hook couplers. That is all in here. So, okay with that, let's open up this package here. And trying to do this underneath a camera so you can see. All right, so further looking back in this package, it looks like it's just well, that's interesting. I see the weights, but there's also trucks in here too. So it looks like I've got an extra set of trucks that that came with the Drover. I'm not going to complain about that, but I just noticed that. Everything else looks to be intact. No complaints so far, actually. So our trucks. The ladder details for the caboose, that all looks good. As well as our truss rods. Looks like they've got dummy couplers there. Inside the bag is the horn hook couplers, wheel weights, and actually these are caboose trucks. So these comes with 2 sets of trucks then apparently, but 1 set of wheels. So depending on what you want to model, we've got 2 sets of trucks there. So overall, I'm kind of impressed. Let's take a look at one of the bodies. I would say that the painting is on par and the detail is on par to a typical MDC Roundhouse kit. It looks pretty good to me. I've got no complaints so far. I'll take a look at the other one just so you can see that. I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and repaint these or not. I got them because, again, they were fairly inexpensive. But I really dug the Battle Mountain Cattle Company one. And I think this might work with our railroad as is. Just the way it's kind of lettered and whatnot. But we'll decide what we want to do. I love the no spitting in car. Very nice. Again, no complaints there. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of the freight cars. We're going to go ahead and examine a reefer body and a boxcar body. I'm really working on a massive collection of reefers, billboard reefers in particular in this era. And the reason being is I like a lot of the lettering back in the day and how colorful things were. And I really want to make a very nice looking reefer loading, ice loading display. I'm not sure exactly which route I'm going to go. But I definitely want reefers to be a part of this. And so, yeah, taking a look at this. This looks pretty good. I've got no complaints from what I can see so far. I'll actually get up a little closer so you can see some of the detail. Again, the paint looks good. And the detail is, typical for an MDC car. So that's our reefer. Let's take a look at our box. Again, all that looks really nice. Non-working freight doors, they're molded in. Looks good to me. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I think they look a lot better than some of the stuff that's currently available from other manufacturers, especially some major manufacturers. I'll just be honest. That's just my opinion. I've seen some of the other ready-to-run stuff that doesn't do an awful lot for me. I think that these actually look a lot better. Your mileage may vary, but that's my opinion. And we'll keep this one out of the box just so that we can compare it with the reefers that I have sitting over here. And let's open this up. This looks like this is our riffs and sides. Looks pretty standard to me. Not sure how I feel, to be honest with you. We've got a couple of different colors here, but I'm not really sure how I feel. My first impression is, as I'm digging through, seeing some different colors here. I guess I get to pick and choose what I want for sides. Not sure how I feel about that, to be honest with you. There's 3 in one color. We have a brown, a darker brown, a couple of black, so you can definitely see we have some things, I guess, that, say what you want, but they kind of bother me a little bit. I'm guessing that goes with that. Yeah, so with the reefers, I don't know that I like the fact that these have different color sides. That kind of bothers me a little bit, but maybe the MDC car kits were like that and I just never noticed before. But just, again, my first initial impression is that's what that looks like. We'll open up one of the underframes and take a look at what's inside there. All right, so I've got the underframe package opened, and you're looking at it as I am looking at it. Those are trucks and couplers in one package. Again, horn hook style couplers. Then we have the undercarriage detail, coupler pocket covers. Remember I said that the string was on the package. This is our underframe. And that is pretty much what we have inside the package. They also included the reefer steps, boxcar steps. I don't know if you can see that or not. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in here. There doesn't appear to be any stirrups or steps on the side, so it looks like there's a little notch. See that right there? For each of the steps. So a little bit of assembly required there. And that's the underframe package. I should mention that there are no weights that came with this. So none of the box cars or reefer cars have any weights. Only the Drover caboose cars came with weights. So that's a little disappointing, actually. I'm going to have to weigh the car down. When we look inside the kit, all of the components are actually stored inside the box car, or in this particular case, the reefer. They actually are all packed inside, and the bottom is reinstalled back on. It's just really a snap assembly. And the instructions are pretty simple. There's a slide exploded view that you see here, but really that's about all it is. We would call these shake in the box kits, literally, because you could pretty much shake the box and hear all the parts, and within a few minutes you'd have yourself a really nice assembled freight car. And of course, if you took the time to actually paint this black, it's a fairly nice detailed bottom. Again, nothing really too difficult. The truss rods are actually nothing more than some string, and in this particular case it doesn't even look like they supplied the string, although not the end of the world really, but that's pretty much it. I think I would actually years ago I would assemble these and use string, but if I were to do these today, I would forego the string and use some brass wire, and that would look really nice. When we slide the Athearn reefer out of the box, it's a little different. It's fully assembled, as you can see, and the truss rods, instead of being string, are actually plastic. And instead of horn hook couplers, it comes with a knuckle coupler. And the instructions are very similar. All right, as promised, I said I would compare what we have. So we're going to open everything up. Here's a I guess the reefers do have different colors on the sides and the top, so maybe I'm just making a big ordeal out of nothing. Couplers, roof detail, ladder detail. Looks like we can have a working door, not a molded one. I also have ventilated doors if I wanted to do that, which is kind of a nice little add-on detail. Also comes with the instructions, obviously, and string for the truss rods. A lot of flash that needs to be cleaned off of these. Again, old school kit with the Really no weight needed because it's all kind of sort of built in. Here's a reefer with the molded doors. Let's put these side by side so you can see them. I'd say the detail is very, very similar, if not almost an absolute knockoff. Pretty impressive. And that's what it looks like side by side. What if we were to take the Roundhouse and compare that, the Athearn Roundhouse style? Okay. Hopefully I don't drop either one of these. There we go. Again, I would say the detail very, very comparable when we look at them side by side. I'd almost think they're knockoffs, really. You know, being a guitar player, I've seen a lot of knockoff guitars over the years. I almost feel like that's what I'm looking at, a knockoff. Again, I don't know for sure, so don't hold that to me. I'm not an expert by any means on what I received from these guys. But at first glance, it's kind of my take. It's just a really good knockoff. Yeah. I thought long and hard after I ended up getting this car. I thought I might have had one. And so I dug in after the bulk of my filming. And I did actually find one. So I'm going to put them kind of top and bottom so you can see them. Darn near a dead ringer. The one thing I will definitely point out, notice how the car is all the same color. And this obviously is not going to be. So that's definitely a major disappointment for me, especially with colored cars. So I'm going to have to try to find a paint that's close to this, because I just really don't care for that at all. So what's my overall opinion? I would say that if you're a collector, stick with the collector stuff, even if it's just the Roundhouse stuff or the Athearn stuff, and the boxes are important to you, I would stick with that. One of the things that I definitely do not care for is the fact that I got all of this and no instructions. Zero. So be prepared for that. If you go to their eBay site, they kind of sort of list instructions with the package. They show cards that are weathered. and assembled. And I actually reached out to them because I was somewhat confused about their listing. I'm like, is the car assembled? Is it weathered? It says kit. What am I getting? Because I don't see pictures of the actual kit. And the reply was kind of somewhat short. It just said that that's our assembled picture, or that's our assembled model. It comes as a kit. And of course that prompted all the other questions that I think maybe they might have gotten tired of answering my questions. I don't know. Again, I'm just speculating. That being said, if you've never assembled one of these before, you might be a little bit concerned or uncomfortable with the fact that you didn't get instructions. And so I would definitely be aware of that. That's not something to sneeze at. I mean, even the Athearn Roundhouse assembled car came with instructions. It showed an exploded view, so if you needed parts, you knew what to get and whatnot. And obviously these kits came with instructions, but again, nothing here. If you've assembled one, you've probably assembled enough to know, but again, just want you to be aware about that. And otherwise, I think the detail is very comparable. I don't have any issues with it. So there's my unbiased opinion. Would I buy them again? Probably, if I wanted something bad enough. But I kind of like the Roundhouse version, to be honest with you, a little better. Again, just my opinion. So there you have it. Have a wonderful day, and you all be blessed.